Hello there, and welcome to day 2 of Banned Books Week. I, of course, am your friendly librarian, Mr. Eckert, hosting the show. So today, we're going to dive a little bit into history. You may or may not know that Litchfield has been home to several important and popular authors over the years. For instance, Harriet Beecher Stowe, author of Uncle Tom's Cabin, which is pretty much hands down the most famous book in the abolitionist movement to end slavery back before the Civil War, of course. She was a Litchfield resident that grew up right here. Others include Cynthia Copeland, is a New York Times best-selling author who grew up in Litchfield. She actually recently, just last year, or earlier this year I should say, published a memoir called Cub, which takes place in Litchfield schools. Jim McGoldrick is a name that you may or may not know. He used to be a teacher here at Litchfield High School, and he was also a best-selling author with many books. And recently, Peter Vermillier published a great book about Litchfield history. So a lot of notable authors coming out of this area, and there's one that we're going to focus on today, but I'm not going to tell you about her. I'm going to leave that to my friend Kate Zullo from the Litchfield Historical Society. Take it away.
Hi, I'm Kate Zullo. I work at the Litchfield Historical Society as their head of education. And for this year's Banned Books Week, I've chosen A Wrinkle in Time. I chose this book because I thought maybe some of you have read it, you might be familiar with it, but really I chose it because the author, Madeline L'Engle, is actually a local author. So she bought a house in Goshen in 1952 and actually died right here in Litchfield in 2007. The book itself, Wrinkle in Time, is a classic sci-fi adventure story, and it stars a young woman named Meg Murray, who goes on this adventure, this sort of quest through space and time, and she is accompanied by her little brother Charles and her neighbor Calvin. And her guides are these three iconic women, Mrs. Whatsit, Mrs. Who, and Mrs. Which. So this book, it gets on a lot of banned lists because of the way it mixes science and religion. So a lot of religious organizations have banned the book. And I thought I would read perhaps one of its most offensive passages for you. So this passage, it's where the guides, Mrs. Whatsit, is explaining about this sort of battle between light and dark, good and evil, and she's talking about some of the fighters in this epic battle. And she says that some of our very best fighters have come right from your own planet. It's a little planet, dears, out on the edge of a little galaxy. You can be proud that it has done so well. Who have our fighters been? Calvin asked. Oh, you must know them, dear, Mrs. Whatsit said. Mrs. Who's spectacles shone out at them triumphantly. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended not. Jesus, Charles Wallace said. Why, of course, Jesus. Of course, Mrs. Whatsit said. Go on, Charles, love. There were others. All your great artists. They've been lights for us to see by. Leonardo da Vinci, Calvin suggested tentatively, and Michelangelo? And Shakespeare, Calvin Wallace cried out, and Bach, and Pasteur, and Madame Curie, and Einstein. So you can see there why some religious groups objected to this book, because it listed, this religious figure, Jesus, alongside these figures of science like Madame Curie and Einstein, and artists like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo. Despite that, of course, the book has sold many, many copies. As you can see right here, it's won the Newbery Medal and remains a classic for many young readers today.
All right, thank you, Kate, for your help there, putting that together. and for that interesting tidbit about an author who I knew Wrinkle in Time is like one of the most famous banned books. I did not realize that she was a local author, so that's really cool to find out. Hope you enjoyed the show today, and we'll be coming back with you tomorrow with a little bit more about banned books. In the meantime, I'm your friendly librarian saying peace out.